What's up, guys? Back again with another UFC video where I'm going to be sharing my UFC fight picks with you guys on this card, UFC Fight Night, Gustafsson versus Teixeira. And this video is going to be about the FS1 prelims. So I know the fights are coming up pretty shortly. Right now, when I'm making while I'm making this video, the fights are going to be on in, like, I want to say 8 hours, 7 hours, something like that. So yeah, I'm just gonna be, pretty much sharing these picks with you guys real quick. Sorry I'm late, but it just happens. But let's go ahead and get started here. So first fight on FS1, we got Nico Musoke versus Bojan Velovkic. So in this fight, I'm gonna stick with Musoke on this one. As you can see in the odds, he is the favorite. Now this guy's coming off a long ass layoff, as you're gonna see right now on his recent fight history or whatever. His last fight was against Albert Tumanov. That's pretty much over 2 years right there. Pretty much 2 years and a half almost, guys, for Musoke. So I don't know where this guy's been, but anyways, in that fight against Tumanov, he showed he has some good, decent striking skills, good kicks to the body, not bad punching at all. So overall, I think he's a decent striker. And he could also grapple. He has some wrestling skills also. So I would say he's well-rounded. His opponent, Bojan here, this guy is, just okay everywhere. Like, he's just okay. Like, he doesn't excel in one area, but I mean, while you look at his stats here, he has a lot of submission wins or submission finishes. 8 wins by submission, 2 armbar, heel hook, 3 guillotines, and 2 rear naked chokes. It doesn't mean he's super high level with BJJ, because in the UFC, guys, we have not seen this guy's BJJ. Primarily, it looks like he wants to keep the fight standing. Doesn't really go for takedowns much. In his last fight, he got out grappled against Sultan Aliyev, as you guys can see right there. He lost by split decision, but yeah, he got out grappled in that fight, out muscled on the ground and whatnot. I think Musoke here could do a similar thing. But at the same time, Musoke could also strike with this guy. Bojan is very low volume, guys. So if you guys play DraftKings like me, I would stay away from Bojan. This guy has shitty ass volume. His fight against Sultan Aliyev, look at that, 22 significant strikes he landed. That's pretty much it. That's complete shit. And against Michael Graves, 17 significant strikes, just 1 takedown. His best performance was against Alicio Di Chirico, 45 significant strikes and only 1 takedown. That's still pretty low volume there. So yeah, this guy Bojan, yeah, very low output. So I can't see him outpointing Musoke, especially in Musoke's hometown. Obviously living over there in Sweden and whatnot, or Stockholm, Sweden. So Musoke is pretty much hometown favorite. And even though he's coming off that really long ass layoff, I know he's gonna be a little bit rusty, but I still think he's going to be the better fighter here. So I'm going to pick Musoke here to win this fight. Don't see a finish, so I say Musoke wins by decision. Next fight, Reza Madadi versus Joaquim Silva. First of all, this fight, I heard, or I think I saw that Madadi is coming in on a week's notice, or maybe 2 weeks notice, something like that. Either way, this guy's coming on really short notice, and he's going to fight Joaquim Silva, Joaquim Silva is obviously one of these guys coming up in the ranks. Good record, 9-1, and he's coming off a first-round knockout finish. Madadi, though, actually did pretty good in his, well, you know what, I wouldn't say he did pretty good, but he obviously showcased some of that wrestling skill, some of that toughness in his last fight against Joe Duffy. I mean, obviously he lost, but he hung in there, and he actually got 2 takedowns on Duffy. So it's pretty safe to say that Madadi is going to be able to take down everybody that he fights in the UFC. As you guys can see his recent stats here, I mean, he's getting a takedown on everybody. He just wasn't able to really hold Duffy down. So yeah, he pretty much got outstruck the rest of the fight after he couldn't get the takedowns on Duffy anymore. Just got outpointed on the feet. For Joaquim Silva, though, like I was saying, this guy, also another thing to know, this guy's 10 years younger, 38 years old for Madadi here, and Joaquim Silva's 28. And also another thing to know, Madadi, I think I was hearing that this guy wants to retire soon or something like that, or this is his retirement fight, so it could be his last fight here in the UFC. So another reason I'm not really liking Madadi in the fight. Anyways, yeah, Joaquim Silva. Yeah, as you can see in the UFC, he's undefeated in the UFC right now, 2-0. He's coming on a first round knockout finish against Andrew Holbrook. Was able to catch him early in like the first 30 seconds. Knocked him out pretty easily. This guy has 5 wins by knockout, 3 by submission, rear naked choke, and 2 arm bars. So this guy could attack off his back. Obviously, having those arm bar finishes. Has finished all but one of his wins, and it says with all finishes coming in the first round. So this guy's obviously a first round finisher. BJJ black belt, multi black Krang, whatever, you know, multi ranking he has or whatever, state multi champion. So obviously this guy is primarily a multi striker with some good BJJ. So I think it's gonna be a tough night for Madadi here. So I'm gonna pick Joaquim Silva on this one. Also, like I said, Madadi's short notice, thinking about retirement. He's getting older. I mean, he's 38. Even though in his last fight, I mean, he's tough. He's durable. It's hard to put him away. But I think Joaquim Silva, if he doesn't finish him in the first round, I think Joaquim Silva is gonna win by decision. Because, like I said, Madadi seems to be extremely durable. Hard to knock him out. Silva could KO him early in the first or whatever in the first round, but if he can't, it's probably gonna go to decision, and I think Silva will take it. So I'm gonna go ahead and say Silva wins this fight by decision. Next fight, Trevor Smith versus Chris Camozzi. This should be a pretty boring fight. Both these guys, don't have really entertaining fights. Trevor Smith, he likes that clinch work against the cage. Obviously one of these grinders, likes to wrestle, also has good submissions, as you can see there, wrestling and jiu-jitsu game. His last fight he lost against Andrew Sanchez, who was obviously one of these up and coming guys. I think Sanchez just got knocked out in his last fight, which kind of sucked because I think he was winning that fight and then he got caught. Anyways, he lost to Sanchez, and this guy beat some other guys right here. Camozzi is also losing some fights here. 2-fight losing streak. Lost against Daniel Kelly, in which I thought everybody's counting out Daniel Kelly, man. This guy keeps winning fights. I don't know how the fuck he's doing it. Old ass man has that fucking judo, just fucking out muscling guys and shit. Anyways, he lost to him. He got controlled on the ground, got taken down. Thales Leites finished him in the 3rd round by submission. Pretty much just controlled him on the ground, took him down easily. So Camozzi's weakness seems to be the wrestling. Trevor Smith has that wrestling guy, so I'm gonna pick an underdog in this fight. Camozzi is I'm not gonna say slight favorite. He is almost 2-1 favorite. I like Trevor Smith just based on value, so I'm gonna pick Trevor Smith here. I think it should be a boring fight. Don't see him getting a finish, so I'm gonna go ahead and just say Smith by decision. Next fight and featured fight on FS1 prelims, we got Pedro Munoz versus Damian Stasiak. Yeah, pretty quick pick. I'm picking Munoz. This guy is the way, just overall the better fighter. He's better everywhere compared to Stasiak, except maybe I would say maybe the wrestling. I think Stasiak is probably the better wrestler, but on the ground I think Munoz is better. His stand-up is way better. So as you can see, he throws a lot of output. Munoz has fought way better competition. So yeah, I see Munoz winning this fight. I don't know if he gets that finish though. Stasiak does have some good, submission skills, a good ground game. So I don't know if Munoz is gonna be able to tap him out. But Munoz is really good with that damn guillotine though, man. This guy keeps tapping guys out with his guillotine. So yeah, I see Munoz just kind of outclassing him on the feet, just keeping the fight on the feet. I see Stasiak going for takedowns, and if he goes too much for the takedown, he'll probably maybe get caught with that guillotine. But I think it's going to be a safe fight for Munoz here, and the odds are fucking crazy, guys. This guy's negative 700. That's a 7-1 favorite. That's fucking huge right there. I haven't seen something like that in a while. Well, for MMA cards anyway. So that's pretty fucking huge right there. So as you can see, no one's really giving Stasiak much of a chance here. And yeah, I'm not going to be that guy to pick him. I just think Munoz is overall just a better fighter. So yeah, I'm picking Munoz. And I'm gonna go ahead and say he's probably gonna win by decision, guys. Decision or a late 3rd round TKO. So I'm gonna go ahead and say Munoz by decision. Alright guys, that's it for my picks. Stay tuned for the next video. Subscribe for more, and catch you guys on the next one.